Greetings, students. Welcome back to the classroom. You know me, Professor Phoenix. Don't need to do the intro. Let's get right to work. Today, we are continuing our work on Racer Royale in good old Unreal Engine 5. How are you guys all doing since I saw you yesterday? Or for others, maybe longer. I can never tell with you people. You come and you go and you just use me. Anyway, so we have a lot of work to do on the booster today. I'm officially calling it the booster now because it sounds cooler. We managed to basically get it working all the way 100%, quote unquote, yesterday. So now we just need to tweak it so that it does all the things that we want it to do in game. So that'll be a treat for today. We're not fixing mechanics. We're building mechanics today. So hopefully that'll be a good start. Nitro boost. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Hunter, how's it going? Oh, I am going to... You know what? I liked the Nintendo Lo-Fi we did yesterday, so I will go right back to that. Or I guess Nintendo Switch Lo-Fi. Big difference. So we'll use that for today's background music. Turn that up just a hint. Okay, cool. All right, so first off, let me show off what we've been working on. Oh, don't pay attention to that. That was just for the screenshot. So right now, if I press the W button, I accelerate normally. And if I press the boost button, yay, I accelerate with the boosting power. Now, I've been debating on how to make this work for, what's the word? Getting off the ground, because right now it's not powerful enough to get me off the ground because the gravity is more powerful. Having said that, I don't want to decrease the gravity because we already have a problem with the car being a little too floaty. So this is what I was thinking. We have two ways to fix this. Oh, by the way, Hunter, ask away. If I can help, I'd be happy to help. Anyway, there's two ways I can think of to fix this. The first is just to increase the boost capacity. That's the obvious solution. But I'm thinking it might not work out that way, because if the boost is too powerful, then it becomes a really hard thing to manage. But maybe that's what we need. Because, you know, it's a boost. It's supposed to go fast. But we also don't want it to be like a freaking teleportation power-up. So that's the first method. We'll try that out. It is the simplest one. Let me go ahead and increase the window scaling so you guys can actually observe what's happening. My God, everything gets squished. Okay, so the boost is currently set to 300K. Let's go ahead. Hunter's gone missing-ish, but I'm using his profile. Okay. Weird. I'm going to increase this to 600K. And see where that gets us. I really need to get that car off the pole. Just a moment. And turned around actually would be a lot easier. There we go. All right. That's working out just fine. I don't think I'll be able to play... Oh, no, yeah, you can still see the timer. Okay. So let's do just the boosts. It's actually not bad, all things considered. Because it could have been a lot worse. It is a boost. You are supposed to hit max speed before you do acceleration, and it's already faster, so any speed we add to this point is just for taste. You know, any trace of him live streams? Nope. Sorry, can't help you. I haven't been streaming all last week, and I haven't seen Hunter the Fox for some time, so sorry. Can't help you there. But is it enough to get off the ground? It's not. Well, I'm hovering. But still not powerful enough. Let's see how high up we have to... There it is. How high we have to push this before I can legitimately control myself in the air with that boost, which is the goal. Whee! There we go. Okay. And of course it can't go beyond 300, so that's not an issue. In the air. Ugh, very hard to control the camera. I can't turn very fast while I'm in the air. Why is that? I'm not getting the height that I want. If there's no other speeds acting on it, then it's actually not bad. See, that's very hard to control. Up and down is not being limited, but left and right absolutely is. Yeah, it basically needs to be more powerful than gravity, period. And we do have a gravity function, if I recall correctly. If that's a force constantly, yeah, add gravity. The force acting on the car is 100k. Okay, so that makes sense. We had to go beyond 100k in order to overpower it. But now we have another issue, one that we can start working on. Woo! The turning. For some reason I can't turn. Aerial activated. That allows me to move the car front and back. But do I not have one for left and right? Because what's the point of boosting if I can't turn while I'm in the air? Jump check, aerial check. The jumping timer is also kind of ticking me off. It's too small. I should be able to jump faster. Wait, what's this? I can only jump when I have something touching the ground, or my speed is 0. That's a weird condition to have. Anyway. This is jump check. We actually jump. Where's the jump? There's a delay. Yeah. Jump delay timer. 2.5, too short. Let's go with 1. And we do have the second jump ready. We just haven't implemented it yet. But again, that's a different thing. We're focusing on the boost today. Okay, should I weaken gravity if when I have boost activated? That is the second method I was thinking of doing. By weakening gravity whenever I push the boost button, it essentially makes my boost more powerful. Because gravity is the one thing holding my car back. Because I'm trying to replicate kind of like the Rocket League feel when it comes to these boosts. And with Rocket League, you're able to jump into the air and relatively control yourself pretty well with boosting power. You know, aerials is a whole thing in Rocket League, and I kind of want to create that same feeling. Right now it feels like it's still too weak. So let's keep upping the power. My difficulties with the control may also just be... This is a difficult thing to control in the first place. Right, now the other way. Oh, I just realized why I'm falling. I can't boost in the air once I hit my max speed. Ooh, I never thought of that. So if I'm in the air and I prevent myself from boosting, then I'm going to just fall. Man, I reached full speed in under 5 seconds with that boost. It's a pretty serious boosting power. With this boost, you should have the power, oh yeah, to do stuff like that. Yo! Yes. See, that adds a layer of control I didn't have before. Okay, okay, yeah, that's good, that's good, that's what we want. I want to start making aerial obstacles. Whee! Okay, the jump definitely needs to be higher, though. Let's try something drastic. Let's try flying through all 3 of these loops. Ah, oh, God, that aerial turn just does not want me to turn. It's crazy. Woo! I'm no expert, but I don't think a boost should be able to let you fly. Oh no, that's what we were aiming for. We're doing the Rocket League approach. It's only temporary flight. Because, and right now I have the fuel set to infinite just so I can test it. Oh, this is weird. I'm holding the right button and I'm turning left. Why is that happening? Turning left and right. And I'm spinning left, no matter which one I press. Okay, that's a glitch. I don't know what caused that, but... It's gonna be a car that's just a fighter jet. Well, thankfully the boost doesn't last that long. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this. Why is this happening? Is that natural? Is that a bad thing? Yeah, it's a bad thing. Whee! Hey, I can make that turn at 200. Alright, and boost. It's difficult to control, but I feel like it has the ability to be controlled. That's the important part. And you can't just turn and boost that way and get away with it, because you're going that way like 200, 300 miles per hour. If you suddenly turn and boost that way, it's gonna fight you. And that's what I think it should feel like. Okay. I'm relatively satisfied with this, honestly. The acceleration from 0 to max is under 5 seconds, which is honestly pretty crazy. That might be too much. Granted, it's only supposed to last for like... Right now we have it to 10 seconds on a 100%. I think I'm going to need to shorten that to even 5 seconds. Let's see what happens when we go off the ramp. Whee! Technically speaking, I should just go on forever. Let's see if I do. We're leaving the confines of the skybox. Yes, so right now you can see like the 100% meter down there. That is what we have right now. But we will implement a meter to better keep track of that. That's a graphics art thing. That's something that needs to be designed. Okay, so I have just proved that the boost theoretically, if at infinite, is enough to keep the car airborne. Like it should. But what if we're at an angle? What happens then? I feel like I'm going to start dropping. It does look like I'm driving up a wall, doesn't it? I also need to add like an animation to show when the boost is happening, because you guys can't tell that I'm activating the boost. I think I need to start playing with particle effects. Hey, I broke the 300-mile-per-hour barrier. That must mean I'm falling. Indeed. Simple fire effect. Yeah. There's one thing guarantees that I can go faster than the limit, and that's gravity. And obviously the boost doesn't work because I'm well over 300 miles per hour. Okay. Let me just go ahead and get rid of that. Whoops. Yo! Blizzard wants me to eat something. Let's see. Yes! Danger triangles shall be today's snacky of choice. Can never turn down an orange triangle. You've never seen these before? I've literally never heard of it before. Alright. Thank you for the snack. Much appreciated. Okay, so what do I want to do? What do I want to focus on? Meter or effect? Let's do effect first, because I need a visual indication when boost is happening. And then we'll work on boost power-ups, so we can start working with picking up items and all that. Okay. It's kind of like how in Canada we have ketchup lay. Oh, are you serious? Ketchup infused Lays? No way is that good. No way. Wow. Why is the sound of that so gnarly? I mean, granted, I've never tasted it, but I can't imagine that being good. Because there's something about ketchup that doesn't work unless it's complementing something else. Because raw ketchup by itself, I think, is too much. Man, I've got to try those now. Just to know. I've got to know what it feels like. Okay, so we're going to add a component. Right, it's probably more like just processed tomatoes. We're gonna call this booster fire. Let's call, no, let's be booster effect, because that might change in the future. We do have Ruffles, yes. We have lots of Lay's flavors. We have lots of Ruffles flavors. Lay's is definitely more sorry. Ooh, definitely more popular than Ruffles. Though Ruffles still has a respectable market share. Ruffles have ridges after all. Okay, so particle emitter. We're going to put it on the back side. The blue side. You know what? Just so we can have a visual aspect to the car, I'm also going to add screw it, a cone, just to visually represent the rocket. So obviously it will be a placeholder. Smaller. Longer. And hollow. It's got to be hollow. Ah, well. This is a box car. It's not supposed to be aesthetically pleasing. Okay, so booster. We're going to center that within the cone itself. Yeah. And now we have to get actual particles to emit. How do I do that here? Huh. Didn't know I would do that. That damn thing just yeeted. What the hell was that? Whatever. Okay, so we got Poutine. Poutine? The hell is that? Never heard of those. Poutine. 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 Whoa. R.L. Stein Ruffles. I didn't know he made chips. Cheese and fries, pretty much. Really? Okay. In a chip? Cheesy fried chip flavor. Every time they try to put cheese into a chip flavor, I just don't think it works. Because a chip is a baked potato sliced into slices. It goes well with cheese, but to bake the cheese right in, I don't know if I've ever eaten a chip that actually worked for. Except for goldfish. Gravy? Gravy? Oh my god, Canada is like a mythical landscape. What the hell are you guys eating up there? Gravy with chips. Wow. Gravy is tasty, though. Can't blame you. There we go. No, not the Visual Studio. Ugh. Sorry, it's just been a long time since I've made a particle emitter in Unreal Engine, so I'm just trying to figure out how to do it. Okay, here we go. Go over here. Rendering. Yes, visible. Really? I would imagine the whole particle thing would have to be over here. Am I wrong? Should definitely give Ketchup Lays a golden opportunity. Top 5 in your chip tier list? Hot damn. All right, now I have to try it. There's definitely some chip flavors out there I've always wanted to give a try, you know, the old college try. Let's see, what's a couple of examples? Ice cream chips. I think it was a Pringle flavor? No. Oh, God, I can't even remember now. Wow, and I swore I had like a list of things I wanted to eat, but I can't think of a single one. Something with pickles, I think was one. A pickle chip. Like a chip flavored like pickles. I think that was one of them. Yeah, it'd definitely have to be online. There's no way I could get it in the US, I bet. Okay, now, okay, I'm just gonna have to look this up. Engine, making particle emitter. Double click a particle system to open it. Yeah, that's what I thought. So why won't it let me edit it? Maybe I have to compile? Damn you. Ice cream chips, yeah. It was, I think it was specifically like, something that I would eat, because I don't like ice cream, but I heard like, a vanilla ice cream, cake chip. I think that was what it was. And I love vanilla ice cream cake. It's the only type of ice cream I've ever eaten. So I figured I might want to give it a try. Blueprint. One thing I absolutely hate about Unreal Engine is that its information system is garbage. I try to find a solution, it just throws me all over the place. Yeah, I should be able to edit this damn blueprint. It's right here. Let me edit it. Why won't you let me edit it? Emitter actions. That's literally the only. See, there's the particles, but that's not the whole, that's not the system. I need to work with the system. Okay, I think I know what I have to do. I have to create a blueprint. Wait. What am I looking at? Do I use Niagara or do I use Cascade? I guess I use Niagara. Sure. Okay, so at least they've got something. Got examples. That's nice. Guess we'll go with that. No, not a burst. It's got to be consistent. We're going to call this Rocket Fire. New folder. Emitters. That's what that is. I think I understand what I have to do. I think I have to create emitters and then set my particle emitter to the blueprint I have created, which is fair. I think that's a superior methodology anyway. Now, let me edit it. Thank you. Okay. Whoa. So that's what I have to work with. Okay, I really need to unscale this a little bit. Can't see a damn thing. Okay. Okay, maybe a little bit more. Just a little. 1.5 should be fine. Yeah. Particle spawn. Already I see a problem. It's doing it as a beam, but that's not what I'm going for. So let's see what we got. I don't even know if I have fire sprites. Oh, no, I don't want that. Again, I apologize. I'm working with stuff I haven't worked in a while, so I'm learning as I go. Ice cream chips, yeah. I've heard of it once and I thought it might be a fun idea to try, right? I think I wanted to go with this one instead. Okay. I think that's more what I'm going for. Maybe. Spawn rate. Much faster. Okay, I want the duration to last forever. I don't want them to disappear that fast. So let's go with 10 seconds. Wow. Maybe this isn't what I want. Yeah, loop option. Particle state. This is so much different than how Unity does particles. Unchecking this causes particles to last forever. Okay, I don't think I actually want that to happen. Because they've got to die eventually. So what does a fire look like? A fire looks like a whole bunch of sparks and flames coming out of a cone. So we need two elements. We need the sparks and the fire and the flame. So I actually do need that laser. Yeah, we just need to make it bigger. So we'll make both go for... The beam I want to go forever. Because that's the flame, right? Loop behavior, infinite. Okay. I don't think you actually are going infinitely, but... whatevs. Okay, so beam width. Gotta be bigger. Yeah, there we go. We want it to kind of curve out. Okay, good, good. Color. We definitely gotta make it redder. Okay, that's good. Less blue. Yeah, nice, good orange color. Now we're doing it. But it's still disappearing after like 5 seconds. Loop behavior. Infinite. Uh-huh. That's probably just when it's done with the 10 seconds, it'll loop. But I need it to not... What does absolute beam mean? Oh yeah, just disappear. That's what I wanted you to do. What? Okay, anyway. Yes, extend that sucker. Thank you. So it looks more like a rocket. Need to make it wider, but it's fine. 500 seems to be a good length. Okay, so it is looping. But the particles are dying. After like 5 seconds. Yeah, see, look at that. Why is it doing that? Lifetime 3. There you are, you SOB. Color also changes over time. Oh, yep. Okay, and we don't need this to look pretty, right? We just need it to look a little bit like what we want. That's fine. I just need it to look like something is happening. And then we'll go from there. Woo! It is Forest of Hope, indeed. I think. Oh, no, I lost track. Oh, no, yeah, it is Forest of Hope. So the color is changing over time. That's fine. We'll just make it so it's not as drastic of a change. Okay, cool. I'm fine with that. Obviously, it's not the best thing, but I just need something that says, "Hey, boost rocket is on." Whatevs, right? Okay, and then we're gonna turn this one off. We don't really need that. Well, you know what? Screw it. I want it. We're working on the boost today. So right now, I'm just adding in a kind of an aesthetic indicator that the boost is activated, and I'll be using an emitter to do that. We are also going to be working on collectibles for boost pads if possible. We're going to confirm that aerials still work, and then just go from there. Color, yes, make them solid orange, please. Much better. Okay. Okay, it's pretty ugly, but whatever. We're just getting something visual. Aesthetics come later. Okay, so we're going to have this set to... This is Cascades. That's not going to work. We need to add a Niagara particle system called Rocket Fire. Or no, we'll call it Boost Effect, because we might change that based on other things. Okay, so it defaulted to Rocket Fire, which is what we wanted. Wow. It's actually huge. Oh yeah, it's faster. Okay. Why is the wind blowing in the wrong direction? Wait. Whatever, I don't care. So we're going to compile. We're going to go to boost car. And we're going to activate it when boost is activated, which will happen here. Yeah, it's top one. Set particle emitter. Set emitter enable, which is boost effect. We'll turn that sucker on. And then we need to disable it when it is off. Do I just put that down here? No, this is regen. Boost percentage. So this will be an interesting caveat. I want it on whenever I'm boosting, but I also want it on even if I hit max. So maybe it would just be easier to have it here be true and have it here be false. Sorry. When I press the buttons. And then just remove these two. Because here is the actual forces acting on the car. But here is kind of the aesthetic option, so we don't need to be so rigorous with it. Let's see if it worked. Oh, it didn't work. The emitter is not on. Man, that car is flying. the name of the sub-emitter to set it on. Targeting boost effect, and boost effect automatically has rocket fire. Do I need to add the emitter as an object? Do I have to do that? Is that even rocket fire? I mean, yeah, I don't know what it's asking for here. Yeah, not working. Okay. If I auto-activate it, it'll just be on. Yeah. As expected. Whoa, that thing's falling behind. I'll have to do something about that. Clearly this isn't turning it on. Let's see what Unreal Engine toggling particle emitter. Oh, not visibility. Come on. Maybe I'm just... Yeah, maybe it's just the wrong... function. Activate. Deactivate? I guess so. So what's the other one? The other one I had set. What's the purpose of that one? Set enable? I guess enable and activate are different things though. So probably makes more sense. Okay, let's see this. And okay, it turned on. It did not turn off though. So the first part worked. Second one did not. When I release the boost key, it turns these two variables to false and deactivates boost effect. I wanted to test this. Deactivate only happens once I release. And it did go off, but it just... Wait, now it deactivated? Oh, I get it, because it lasts for 10 seconds. The particles survive for 10 seconds. So when I turned it off, the particles survived for 10 seconds. Huh. A bit dumb. Let's fix that. Obviously the blowing particles aren't working. And we just want this to go for... an indescript amount of time. Like... I'll set it to half a second. Right? Because that's all we really need. We need it to turn off immediately after we're done. But it's not turning off. So why isn't it turning off now? Oh, now it's turning off. What? Huh? Why is it still waiting so long to turn off? It's still waiting 10 seconds. That's why. The effect was still 10 seconds long. Or not. Honestly, what's happening here? And why is my car going backwards? No way. Tell me that adding the cone did not throw off the weight of the damn car. There's no way. I don't need it to be... I don't need this to be triggering with anything. It's just a cone. Booster cone. That's what you are. Don't make my car suddenly weigh something. Okay, well that's better. Still not going away. Why? Why is the damn thing taking 10 seconds? Loop duration 5 seconds. How about 1 second? Maybe that's it. I need this thing to go away. Go away! I'm not boosting right now. Why does it take so long for it to turn off? I mean, I'm actually deactivating it. So... Let emitters finish. No. Dies immediately. Like I said. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so the emitters are just going for like 5 seconds and then... blah, blah, blah. Okay, well there it is. The rendering's not quite right, because obviously it's too far behind this damn car's speed. That's something we'll have to work on, but it's working. We have a visual aesthetic for when the car is boosting that we can work on later. Lovely. On to the next thing. Next thing is the collectibles. Okay, so we have a boost regen activated setting that by default is true that will replenish the car when it runs out of boost. If it's off, it'll just act as normal. That's the plan. Oh, I just figured out a flaw. If the car isn't speeding up, the fuel isn't going down. I'll have to fix that. So this has to go here. It has to decrease the fuel so long as the button is being held down. That's the deal. It shouldn't just be limited to if the car is going fast enough. This should be fine. Since this is an event tick, I need that to go off every little bit anyway. But everything should still work as normal. Except it's now not going down. Why won't it go down? Oh, because it only activates once. Right, because when you press a button, this input only activates once. Okay, so... I guess we do need it in the boost function, just in a different place. Oh, you SOB. Alright, we need it to happen when left shift down is happening, regardless of the speed. Then we can go check this branch. Exactly as I intended it. Okay. That should be more than satisfactory. Boost percentage should go down so long as the left shift / boost button is activated, even at maximum speed. Let go. Good. Now, obviously we have a pretty significant problem here. As you might have noticed, the car is tilting something fierce when that boost is going off. The boost is just... it's a little too high. Oh. Problem number 2. Emitter is going off even if the fuel is 0, so we must add a check. The same check we have here? Yes. What is this? Chrono Cross opening? Huh. I've never played Chrono Cross. Always wanted to. So before we activate, we need to test to see if the boost percentage is at an acceptable level. If it is not, then we're in deep doo-doo. If it's greater activate. Otherwise, don't activate. We can create a condition where we play like a sound. Sounds! That's something where we'll have to get into eventually. Because not a damn sound is playing from this game of ours. Alright, let's run out of fuel. Alright. Still boosting. Even though I ran out of fuel. If I try again, it won't turn on. But that is yet another situation we have to account for. How do we account for it? So I'm only checking to see if the left shift button or the boost button, in any case, is activated once. So we're going to have to set a caveat in boost car to constantly check to see if the speed is below 0. If it is, then we're just going to have to turn it off. Turn off the particles. Excuse me. In fact, we can even put that right here. Just to add another scenario. The boost should never be on unless the left shift is deactivated. I should really change that to not is left shift down, but rather to is boosting. Because those are two very different variables. Left shift could mean any number of things. So is boosting is the Boolean we want here. Okay. If is boosting is false, then deactivate. But before we even do that, we need to check to see if the fuel is above 0. This is probably a redundancy, so we'll have to remove a branch. But otherwise, if it is true, if it is above 0, go check things out. If it's true, then change the boost percentage. And then we're going to check to see if we add the force. First by checking, have we reached max speed? And we've already done this check. So this is now a redundancy that we don't need. Cool. Now that's just ugly. Cool. So, if the car speed is ever beyond or equal to that number, then we do the check for boost regen. Otherwise, leave us alone. Move everything up because I like things neat and tidy. And we'll have 2 conditions to go towards deactivating. If the car is below 0, no, sorry, if it's greater than 0, then we can do the check to see if it's boosting or not. If it's not greater than 0, then I should not be boosting whatsoever. Checking again. Oh, what's happened? I've just been working on the scenarios that the boost should be, the aesthetic should be on. I've had to create a few scenarios, such as when I'm fully out of fuel, when I've hit max speed. When I hit 0, it should turn off. And that it did. Before it stayed on, so I just had to create a scenario for that to stop. Boost is not activating again. Very good. Now that those are taken care of, we can start working on collectibles. And actually working on a mechanic to pick up boost. So the idea that I had, I actually got from F099. If you haven't played it, basically 99 people are racing each other in F0, but the brilliant part about the game is that every time a car collides, an orb is dropped. And if someone picks up that orb, they go a little faster. Plus, if they pick up enough, they go onto a shortcut track that goes faster than the rest of the racers for a short while. This heavily incentivizes the front players to avoid collisions, and it heavily helps the back players to catch up with the front players. So it created a very nice dynamic where everyone is constantly, in battle for first. And I wanted to create a similar condition here, where if you collide with another player, you drop orbs, and those orbs will be your boost to create that continuous conflict, challenge for first. And we're going to do that using these power-up orbs, which I have created the first one of here. This would be like a large one. My first idea is I'll create 3 different sizes, depending on the collision or whatever else we decide. And each one will trigger a different event. So the first thing to do is to trigger an overlap event when we overlap with the boost power-up. So let's do that. Okay, so we're going to create a function here called increase fuel. So we're going to cast it to BB boxcar. Which is determined by here. When the power-up overlaps with the boxcar, it'll grab that specific boxcar and cast it as the boxcar in question. So then we will use this to increase the variable of... In fact, I might even be able to do it here. Boost percentage. Oh yeah, I can do it here. Awesome. Okay, so I don't even have to be that complicated about it. Okay, so we're going to increase it by whatever boost percentage was before. Add, let's say for a large one, 25? 25. Let's start with that. Or I guess... yeah. I have an idea. The charge that the orbs give is proportional to how much speed is lost in the collision, with set minimum and maximum values. Don't know how to implement it, but that's an idea. Ooh! That's actually a really fun idea. So the harder you hit somebody, the more fuel that is added to a drop-off. That actually would be really fun to implement. And I know exactly how I would do it, too. Okay, yes. So... So we'd have to create a collision event with another boxcar. But if we did that, we could create a collision event that says, okay, grab the speed before and after the collision. Take that value, adjust it to the scale that we give for the fuel, and then just drop a power-up based on that scale. Couldn't it be a boxcar obstacle? Yeah, absolutely. I don't know about obstacles, because I wouldn't want you to just be able to generate endless orbs by grinding on a wall. But for boxcars, absolutely. So we'd have to create an on-collision event function. Take a variable that's constantly grabbing the current speed of the car. I wonder... Oh, I wonder if that would give enough time for the speed to be calculated as a difference. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, but first, the first thing we'll test, let's just proof of concept, picking up an orb, adds 25 to it. And then, I want to be nice and neat. Destroy self. Okay. Error. Type of object is undetermined. Oh, right. We can get rid of that altogether. Cool. We'll go back to watching when Rider transforms, specifically pink riders. You do that. Ooh, this should be fun to implement. I could even increase the size of the spheres depending on how much juice it's got. And eventually I want to create a destruction mechanic for cars anyway. And that number would be the perfect way to determine when they should be destroyed. And that'd be like the max possible orb. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is a really fun idea. Okay. Hopefully it works. Alright, so I want to spend some juice, get below 25, and then I'm going to go pick up this orb. If it worked as intended, I should go back up by 25%. The orb should disappear. Booyah! Worked like a charm. That was almost too easy. Okay, so now we have to create a mechanic for... See, the problem with implementing the collision right now is that I need other boxcars, which I don't have at the moment. Because I don't have, you know, any sort of bots or multiplayer set up. You know what I could do, though? I could test the mechanic itself on the poles here. The checkpoints. And then we'll just have that be a collision that we can test for when we actually do implement it to other boxcars. I like that. We'll have to create another blueprint, but other than that... Structures. We'll call this a collision tester. Nothing complicated about this. So we will... Yeah, screw it. We'll just make this a Good old column. Or not column, cylinder. Bit taller than the others. Cool. So we want this to block all dynamics. It should have its own collision, so I won't have to worry about it. So now we'll just add this in. Good old collision tester. Looking just like the other checkpoints. Okay, so now we will... Do we want to do this function in the hitter or the thing that is hit? It has to be the hitter. Well, not necessarily. It could be either or. Yeah, because all I really need is the difference in speed. So let's do it in the hitter, just to make things simple. So let's create a... not an overlap, but an on collision. Oh, you're useless. Oh, and I can remove these. On collision? Well, we have it on hit. That's not what I wanted to see. Event hit. Okay. I think this is what we're looking for. Hopefully. Okay. So. On hit, what do we want to do? Do we want to go straight to the function? We could probably put it in a function. For now, I'm just going to say... before we do that, we need a constant function that's grabbing our speed. So yet another function must be made. Functions. We should call it set current speed variable. We want to be specific. We're not setting the current speed, we're setting the variable. Or is there another function we could do that in? Set acceleration, set forward speed. Yeah, set forward speed. Well, why don't we just do it there? No need to make a whole nother function for it. I was just looking at it. There you are. Okay. So we're going to do a sequence, just so this is easier to organize. Comment set forward speed. Yeah. And then we're going to do a whole nother function down here. I guess I could do this. Man, I'm picky. Okay, so we're going to set a new variable. Car speed. Is car speed? No, we need to grab a variable that is changing every... I mean, car speed technically is the variable we're looking for, right? So maybe I don't need to set another variable after all. Because then we could say on hit... No, we need another variable. We need to say the previous car speed. So another variable. Previous car speed. We could probably change that to vehicle speed because we're having so much fun with that idea. But for now, we're going to set previous car speed. What just happened? Anyway, we're going to set it to car speed. So this will happen every tick. That's all that needs to happen. Don't need anything more than that. Now, we are going on the event hit of a hit. We're going to take the car's speed. Oh, I just realized we can't do that in the same function. Because if it happens in the same function, in the same tick, there will never be a space between them. Ooh. Hit time, hit distance, hit location, hit normal. Okay, I'm just trying to be smart about this. I'm trying to calculate the difference in speed before and after the hit. So the hit will trigger at the moment I collide with something. Now the question is, does that interrupt the tick? Or does it finish the tick, then do the on hit? The reason I ask because this would be a good place to do it. The very last function. The very last function I do every tick. Okay, let's try it. On hit, I need you to get car speed. Right. Whatever. Get car speed. We're going to minus that from the previous car speed. And then we're going to feed that into a variable called speed loss. So this will be set speed loss. Okay. Then we are going to take that speed loss and scale it. But first, we need to figure out that it's working. Before we even apply it to our boosts, we need to prove that it's working. So before it even affects anything, make it last 100 seconds. Make it red. Make it very visible. Actually, that's hard to read. Make it green. Okay, let's hope it works. It only happens on collisions. So right now it's just happening with any old collision. See if it works. Boom. 0. Zero, 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 zero. Boom. 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, that's what I was afraid of. So the tick is finishing before the on hit happens. So this isn't going to work. What we need to do is we need to take the car speed that we were at and subtract that from the next tick, if that's even possible. First, let me see if I'm grabbing the car speed before or after collision. Boom. Looks like it's grabbing the speed before collision. Boom. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we can work with that, right? So how do we get it to wait a tick? How do I make a function wait till the next tick? Unreal. Do I delay? I can delay. It has to be based on seconds though. Unreal Engine delay by 1 tick. Ah. Putting a delay in the tick wouldn't be a good idea, because that means you only run the processes once every whatever I delay by, which would be bad. Can't do that. I can't think of any other way to do this other than a delay. Right? So what I would do is that right away I would say, okay, speed loss is set to car speed. Then I would wait. I would delay. Delay until next tick. Oh, you are fabulous. There is a function for it. Okay, once that's completed, then we set this again. And hell, we could even make this better. We could say set previous car speed, so we're not setting it every freaking tick. We'll set it once here, whatever the car speed is. Delay until next tick. Then we calculate speed loss by what our current car speed is. No, that was right, yeah. Previous car speed minus car speed. And then set the speed loss. Print that string. Boom. That should give me what I want. If I remove it from set previous location. I don't think we actually need to do that now. Okay, here we go. Oh, I missed it. Missed it again. Okay. Just hit a wall. Boom. Oh, it's still 0. Boom. Whoa, do you see that? What? That's shifting. What's happening there? Oh, it's a texture thing. Doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Okay. I'm getting 0s. On the event of a hit, set previous car speed to the current car speed, which we confirmed was the speed before collision. Delay until the next tick. Then set speed loss based on what this was set as to what the car speed is now. Surely. And then print out what that value is. You know what I think? You know what I think it is? I think it's because the hit happens several times. Boom. No, it only happened once. So the on hit here only triggered once. It came out with a result of 0. Oh, I really thought that was going to work. So on event hit, set the previous car speed to whatever the car speed is. Cool. Let's just do that first. Then we'll print another string. To what the car speed is after the tick. Progress has been made. Good progress. With the pickups are working. That's didn't have a single issue with that. Now we're implementing that idea of yours. I am trying to create a way to calculate the amount of speed lost upon a collision. So that's what I'm doing right now. Doesn't seem to be working though. A logic is escaping me, so I'm trying to figure out at which step that's happening. Print string. We'll do that here. Then delay. Then calculate speed loss and give me what that value is. Okay. Ominous? Yeah, sure. Love a good omen. So first one, let's make this default blue. This one will be red. Okay. So blue will be the initial previous car speed. Green will be speed loss, and red will be the car speed after the tick. That works the way I intended. Right. Need them to last. Need to be able to read them. There we go. Realm event. A shroud of darkness creeps forth from the abyssal depths from the distant shores. Wake as the accursed seal is sundered. The sovereign of forsaken souls gazes upon the mortal realm, seething with abhorrence of those who have forsaken the echoes of yore. Soldiers, mercenaries, adventurers, and freelancers alike are rising to the call of battle against the Lord of the Forgotten. All in bold text. Oh man, you're about to reach the end days of your campaign. That's a really good way to do it, though. Like, just say, "Oh, world events are happening. You should be aware of this." Oh, that's a great idea. Okay. So, we're going to collide with this puppy. Bam. Okay, so my initial speed was 2007. And then the speed calculated afterwards was 2007. Is it because the car speed isn't being recalculated? That's got to be the problem here. What's happening with my... Oh, I removed it. So right now it's saying delay until next tick. Can we delay another tick? Is that going to give me the result I want? 2 ticks? Because I need the car speed to be recalculated. Otherwise, none of this will work. Bam. There we go. Yes. Yes. Okay. That was a speed before and after. Though... it seemed very minor. Bam. 1,000 speed loss. What happens if I run just bam? Speed loss of about 1,000. Okay. Now let's go super fast. Hit one of these. Ooh. Speed loss 13,375. So it works. Okay. That's really good. So that allows it for it to be recalculated by delaying 2 ticks. That's what we wanted. Excellent. Okay. Note that something called a Black Moon event is also occurring unrelated, which is the effects of raising a ton of undead and strengthening lycanthropes. Ah. So basically a blood moon, but just more specific. Okay. Okay. Speed loss. Now that that's been calculated, now we need to attribute that towards the boost. So the boost power construction. Yeah. Construction script is always the first thing that happens. On spawn. This should be set to a variable, which we will create here, called boost amount. Lovely. It's almost like Halloween music. Did it switch without me even realizing? Oh no, this is Mangrove Cove from Donkey Kong Country. Donkey Kong Country has the weirdest and coolest music. Anyway. Alright, so boost amount will default to 25 for now. But now we have to spawn a power orb, a fuel orb, upon this collision. So can I just do that? Spawn. Not an emitter. Spawn actor. Can I just say spawn boost? No, it has to be actor. Spawn actor from class. Select class. Actor. No, we want to create a boost power-up. Luckily, even though our combat power is high enough for us to technically count as B rank, because we aren't actually the required level, we aren't going to be forced into front lines. Good, good. Give you a little bit more time to build up. I like the idea of ranks, too, to give you an idea of the level of opponents and dangers you'll be heading into. And sometimes it's too loosey-goosey. That's one of the problems we had with our fantasy campaign and my D&D campaign, was we didn't really know how difficult the situation was going to be in any of the situations we were at. He kind of just had to guess what would be a good encounter for us. Sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. And the one we're currently in right now doesn't know how to do that at all. Transformation. We want to get world transformation of the body like 15, 18. Okay. Okay, that's fair. And then we want to set a variable set boost amount. Yes. And boost amount will be based on speed loss. We'll have to do some math for that. So let's say max speed is 13,400, blah, blah, blah. We want to, let's say the max power up boost you could pick up is 50 from a destroyed car, right? So we need to scale that based on, so we could do this one of two ways. We could have it incremental, so that every time it crosses a threshold, it increases the amount by 5, 10, 15, 20. Or we could have it to straight up be a random amount scaled directly to it. I think I'm going to go incremental because having like a random boost of like 21, it would be unfair for a person to look at two orbs of practically the same size and try to decide, okay, if I need to pick up one to go just that little bit further, there's no way for them to tell just by looking at it. So they should be the same size and have the same amount. So I want to do incremental. Saucy Baka car game. You just beat Eater of Worlds. Nice. PC Terraria. What a journey. Yeah, let's do incremental. YouTube is weird about text. YouTube is weird in general about chat and anything to do with chat, because everything you do through YouTube has to go through their whole system, because you're calling a reference to Google's servers. Whereas Twitch, it's like, hey, anything you do is an open thing. You can edit it, you can call it, you can put it through third-party software, you can do all sorts of crap. But YouTube, everything is protected, down to the text, which is half the reason they're not as good as live streaming as Twitch is. That's something YouTube needs to implement. They need to implement a system for their live streaming to have that freedom, because it's holding them back significantly. Why? I think it has to do just because they started as videos. You don't want people to be able to mess with videos and the software and the code behind them, because, you know, that's content that they're hosting on their server. And I think it comes from the idea of you shouldn't be able to access the data that we're hosting, despite the fact that everybody does. And Google, you know, has so much information and data. So I think that's just a mentality. I think that's just their policy. Twitch has never been worried about that because they don't host anything, right? The only things you can host on Terraria are videos that you manually choose to. Otherwise, go for it. And because of that, Terraria's like, yeah, hey, do whatever the hell you want with our code. Doesn't hurt us. Doesn't hurt you, just so long as you're following the rules. Whereas Google is like, oh, you have to ask permission. And again, that's why they're so far behind Twitch on the live streaming thing. They gotta be more lenient with that type of thing. Been saying Terraria instead of Twitch for a bit. Oh, sorry. I have them mixed up in my head. I am a little, I don't know if dyslexic is the right word for that. I don't know what it is, but sometimes I switch words in my head and I don't even realize it. It's crazy. Okay. So I need to calculate increments. So we need to do a host of checks. I think increments of 5 would make sense if it was a max of 25. If we're doing 50, it should be an increment of 10. 5 increments is probably the max that anyone could keep track of in a game like this. 5 is pushing it, so we'll stick with 10. And then we could decrease that to 5 if we shorten the max to 25. So now we need to determine what that is going to be. So we are going to do a check. If this value... Oh, I'm going to have to do a branch, aren't I? Yeah, I am. Okay. Or maybe a... I'm going to have to do several branches? There's got to be an easier way to do that. Maybe there is. I don't want to have 5 different paths here. That's a waste of effort. Let's see if I can do this all in one mathematical hiya. So we're going to check. So the maximum speed that the car can reach is, if I remember correctly, 13,000 something. It's on my racerroyale worksheet. Command and mobile. See, the problem with me is that I grew up without mobile gaming. So now when I try to mobile game, I can't get into it. It's just a concept that I struggle with. I'm just so not used to playing on devices, let alone phones, right? So the idea of playing like Fortnite or Warzone or Terraria on mobile, it's like, yeah, that's probably a really good option, but I grew up without that stuff. I don't want to get into it. That's a huge barrier for me. I would prefer to have the power of a PC or a controller, you know? And I will admit, mobile is far more accessible for all people, so it definitely deserves to exist, especially with how good they are today. But, yeah. Okay, 13,383. So we need to divide that by a number that'll get it to 50. We'll just say 13,500. Round up. We need to divide by 270. Good, good. So if I was going 100 miles per hour, that would bring me to 16.666 on the variable scale. Because we want it to go 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. The 270, that's assuming the max. Man, do I have to do the branches? I don't want to do the branches. I don't think I can do a mathematical hiya, because I have to tell it what to do in certain instances. Okay, whatever the number is, divide it by 270, and then round to the nearest No, not to an integer 64. What am I doing? Round to the nearest value of 10. Why is it an integer? Why you gotta be like that? And if there was a way to control what it rounded to, that would solve my problem. Rotate. So let's say I have a 13.6. I want to round it to a 10. Oh, I could just do an if statement. What am I talking about? Yeah, what am I freaking worried about here? It's I don't remember what it's called though. Flow control. Cannot remember what this specific node is called. Utilities flow control. Okay. Delay, do end, do once, flip-flop, for loop, gate. Huh. Shoot, can't remember. That sucks. Ooh! Excuse me. Well, I don't want to code it. Wait! I just came up with an idea. Divide this number by 10. And then round that to the nearest. So let's say I have I get a number of random 11697, right? That's my car speed. Divide by 270. I get 43.32. Divide by 10. No, not multiply. Divide by 10. That gives me 4.33. Now, I round that to the nearest number. It'll give me 4, 5, 3, 2, or 1. And then I'm use that and multiply by 10. That's it. That's my mathematical hi-ya. I'm freaking genius, bro. I actually figured out how to do it. Yes. That should absolutely work. Is there any instance where that wouldn't work? Yes. What if it goes above 5? Right. So let's say I'm at some insane speed because I'm in gravity. I'm going 400 miles per hour. I need to find a way to clamp that. Right? Just want to make sure. 1500 divided by 270. That brings me to 55 divided by 10. Yeah, so that'd be a 5.5. That would round to 6, which would give me 60 fuel. But I don't want to do that. I need to clamp the value I get here to no bigger than 50. And if I'm doing negative, obviously it'll be a 0. Well, that's a good point. What happens if the car speed is negative? Oh. I'm going to have to test that. Oh, so much crap to test. Okay. So, and then feed that into boost amount. And the thing is, it shouldn't spawn right on top of my transformation. It should be added. We're going to have to split it, yeah. So rotation. We can even affect the scale here. I like that. We'll just keep the scale at 1, 1, 1. And then we'll have to add to this vector. I want it to be behind the car. At the very least, I want to make it so that it's away from the car. It'll have to be a random amount. Eventually, I want to make it so that it's just thrown from the car. But for now, let's just do proof of concept and say it's going to spawn over there from my current transformation. It's a little messy, but it's fine. It's a mess, I'll grant you. But it should work. I want to set the scale too, but for now I just want to show that this actually freaking works. Okay. I did it. I did it without having to do 5 different branches. I love it. Alright, so let's gather some speed and then collide. Bam! So that should have created an orb. I don't think it did. Oops. Why does... Why do the folders insist on being opened every time I run this damn thing? I don't get it. I really don't. Okay. There's only one boost power up. Let's see if I'm actually making another one. Whoa, did you see that? Hey, why is the boost percentage going up? I know exactly why. Attempted to assign to none. Right, because it's being picked up immediately. Wow, I thought 100 would be more than enough. Guess I was wrong. The scale of this game is... Bam. There you are. Okay. Okay. So, now we're going to spend all of our boost. Oh my god, what's happening? I spawned a whole bunch of them. Why? Oh, I know why. It's because I'm colliding with the ground. That's actually pretty funny. Creating all these orbs. Bam. Not very big, unfortunately. Which makes sense. The speed loss was next to nothing, so the orbs created would also have nothing. That's actually good. That means that the logic is working. Now if we go to the original orb we made all the way back here... that one. Bam. 10%. Oh, yeah, it worked! It worked! Oh, I freaking love game development! Okay. So, beautiful. It worked exactly like we wanted it to. Now, we have to create a scenario that if it's 0, it doesn't spawn. So, a branch here, I suspect? Yeah. It should just straight up not spawn if speed loss is... Speed loss has to be greater than 0. Or no, it has to be greater than... any value that would get it to 0. So I guess technically speaking, I'm looking for this value, so I don't have to calculate this. Yeah, right there. Means all this can go over here. That's proper calculation. Again, pretty damn messy. But look at the results. So if the value that we calculate here is greater than 0, then you can do it. If it's not, you don't get to do anything. Oh, I just realized how... branch should probably be closer. Better. Much better. Good, good. Okay. Then we just do some rearranging. Make sure everything is as neat as it can be. It has to be legible for other people to look at. Not to mention myself. That would just be the awkward part. Okay. 1,000 seems to work. Honestly, we can adjust that. We will adjust that. But this is working dynamite so far. Okay. So, let's test that same thing we were doing before, hitting the ground. But if the speed loss isn't high enough, it shouldn't spawn anything. That is correct. Right. One problem with the way I have it right now is if I hit a wall, it'll spawn in the wall. So I'll have to stick with the checkpoints I created. Speed. Yeah, let's get as high up as possible. Hell, maybe we should have 200 be the max you collide at. Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, that would probably be preferable. Because 300 will be a rare instance. And if someone dies to 300 boost, I don't think they should get any more drop than if you were on a 200. Right, because at that point... Plus it's easier to calculate every 40 miles per hour. Adds an additional 10 fuel. Or difference in speed, I should say. Right. Let's collide. Ooh. Alright, that was max speed. Let's see what it gives me. 30%. God, that's nice. Isn't that nice? That's nice. God, that's nice. Oh, I love it when crap comes together like that. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. So, all we have to do now is just change the calculation a little bit and adjust it for 200 miles an hour. So, we calculated the max speed to be 13,303. When in fact, it's actually closer to 9,000 for 200 miles an hour. So, we'll just do that. We'll divide by 180 instead. Figures. And that should give us the number we need. Void the initial boost. Get to max power. And we hit... Oh, we hit a pole. I know we hit a pole. It's quite possible that I picked it up and I didn't even realize. It happened so fast. See, that's another... It's another thing. How do you avoid picking up your own orbs? There's gotta be a way for me to implement that. Sure there is. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Hit a pole. Ooh. Okay. Should be 50%. Yes. Yes, bro. Okay, lovely. Next step. Let us adjust the scale of said value. Oh, sorry. Target, of course, will be that, as before. And we will just get its transform. Because we do not want to change its location or its rotation. Those will remain the same. However, we do want to change its scale based on the boost amount. So we will take the scale and divide by the boost amount and feed that back in. Or no, it wouldn't be the boost amount, would it? It would be the number before that. It would be this one. Ooh. Better. Okay. So the scale will be divided by the factor I set. What if it's divided by 0? I'll have to clamp it. Because you can't divide by 0. That would be insanity. Can't go beyond these values. Doing good? Yeah, we're good. All right, we have the scale. So it'll have 5 different levels that it could be based on size. Let's see if we can't make all of them. That should work, if it's the proper target. I hope the car doesn't shrink. Alright, so we want a minimum speed. Bam. That seems like a pretty ordinary size. Bam. Yeah, I don't think... think it worked. You know what I just realized? We're setting the scale right here, aren't we? So we could just... take the scale of the object. We wouldn't even have to. Vector, just a vector. Yeah. And then divide this by the same value we're doing here. Divide and plug that into the scale of its spawn. That should fix that problem, so I don't have to do a whole nother function for it. Yeah. I still don't think it worked though. Collision here, bam. It's not changing. Boost power up details. Scale 1, 1, 1. The scale didn't change. Why is that? Huh. It was working so well, too. Set the transformation, location rotation, and scale. Spawn, transform, scale. Let's print what I think it's being set to. Just to see what we're getting. "20 seconds, please." And go. We hit. Boom. 1, 1, 1. So it's not being divided at all. Or why? Does dividing a vector by a float not work? I legitimately thought it did. Wait, no. At the minimum scale, the size shouldn't change. We gotta go faster. Let's try it here. Now here. We need to be going pretty fast. Ugh. Yay! Okay, it is working. Thank God. Alright, that would be... .33 scale, which is 10 divided by 3. So that would be a 30 orb. Okay, starting to see a problem with this already. Or 1 divided by 3, not 10. So what happens when I get up to 5? How small is it then? Ooh. It's tiny. Oh yeah, what am I thinking? It's gotta be the opposite. I'm doing the opposite of what I should be doing. Oh my god, I tell you guys, things get twisted in my head all the time. It just gets switched around. I really have to go to the bathroom. But I'll wait it out. I'm having too much fun. Okay. Made a problem. So I do want to affect it here. So the question becomes, how do I reverse it? If the number is bigger, because I liked the way I handled that. But now I just got to do it in reverse. Should I do like that number divided by vector 1? Would that work? Just might. It'll probably create a very large orb. No, I don't think it did what I wanted it to. Ooh, oh my goodness. No, it did what I wanted to. Oh, I see what's happening. It's creating multiple orbs. So the smaller one's hiding in the bigger ones. I've got to fix this. That's too big. Okay, so I can easily fix this. We just got to go to boost power up and just make it smaller. Honestly. Four. It's currently a 4. Set it back to 1, shall we? Oh yeah, it was the that was a sphere collision. Hold on. Yeah, that's good enough. It's not perfect. Because everything's not centered, but whatever. It works. Okay. Now we need to make it so that this collision only happens once. The orb only spawns once. So when a hit happens, I think I need it to delay. I think once you spawn an orb, you should not be able to spawn another orb for a good 5 seconds. And then we'll get delta seconds. Put that in there. And I shouldn't fire off this function again. No, but that's not how it works. I don't think. That's definitely under 5 seconds. Okay, yeah. It didn't do what I wanted. Ugh. 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 Yeah, it's not doing what I wanted. Bam. Bam. Yeah. That's definitely under 5 seconds. So we need to make it so that the function itself cannot fire off more than every 5 seconds. So how do we do that? We have to create a flag. Yes. Has spawned boost. Boolean. At the end, we will set has spawned boost to true. And this function can only fire off is false. Okay. And then this can... It will delay. Now we'll do the delta seconds. Times 5. There we go. So we'll wait 5 seconds. It should not be able to spawn anything in that time. And once it is done, we will set has spawned boost to false. Boom. Okay. And then it should be able to create these again. Okay. I think that's everything we needed. Boom. It's made one. Let's make another. I miss. God dang it. Boom. Made. God dang it. Stop missing. Boom. Made. Boom. Made. God dang it. Didn't work. Boom. Made. Boom. Made. Boom. God dang it. Okay. Why does it keep doing that? Stop taking out BB Boxcar. Seriously. Okay. So obviously it's not... Get world delta seconds? I don't think that's what I asked for. I mean, honestly, I think it's the same brouhaha. True. This can only fire off if false. One hit. Bam, second hit. Freaking. Care to explain what's happening here? I don't know. Maybe it'll be at 5 actual seconds. I don't know. Maybe I was just being too smart for my own good. Bam, made. Because I always have to adjust for delta seconds. Ah, I'm having a hard time aiming this car. Well, now I'm not making any of them. Ooh. Wait, no, hold on. I see them. Oh my god. How am I still missing this godforsaken... Bam. So it is made. Bam. Okay, they're being made. Cool. Made. Ooh, didn't make it. Ooh, made one. Ooh, didn't make one. Ooh, made one. That was not 5 seconds. Ooh, that is definitely not 5 seconds. Are you kidding me? It's not 5 seconds. Oh, you know what it is? Now that I think about it. Delta seconds is in a matter of, like, milliseconds. So I can't multiply by 5, I have to multiply by, like, 5,000. Made. Not made. Made. Not made. Not made. Not made. Okay, that's definitely longer than 5 seconds. Maybe 500 was too much. Boom. Boom. So maybe 500 was the answer instead of 5,000. This 50 seconds is too long. It's got to be 5. Bam. Made an orb. Bam. No orb made. Bam. Orb made. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. Orb made. 1. Oh, crap. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. Oh, yes. Okay. That, ladies and gentlemen, is excellent. Oh! Worked exactly as we needed it to. Oh, we did it. We got it all done. So here's the thing. We just need to collapse this down to a function and we're gold. Now zoom out. Yeah. Collapse a function. Why? Delay until next tick cannot be placed in function graph. Oh, you're right, I can't. So... I guess I just have to leave this all out. Oh, grody. That's so much functionality. Oh no. Well, okay, it's fine. Just have to comment this as boost drop on collision. All right. Because we're going to have way more than that. Okay, last thing we need to do here. I know there's so much. We need to make it so that the collision only occurs when I hit certain things. Because if it's just a collision, then I could hit the ground and be spawning boosts. So then comes the logic. Obviously, we want it to happen every time we hit another car. But how do we do it so that it only drops it when you hit certain objects? And how do we make it so that it's fair? Because let's say you're going really fast and you hit the side of the wall. Should you drop a boost for other players to pick up? I'd say right now my thinking is no. Well, you know what? We'll leave it on for everything right now. Let's see how chaotic that gets, and then we'll come back to that later. I think that's something we're going to need to work towards, but otherwise I think we're good. Okay. Wow. That was a lot of work for the boost. Holy crap. Like, wow. Alright, I just realized something I didn't realize before. I have to make this fix. 124%. That shouldn't happen. So we need to fix that. So how do we make it so it stops at 100? Actually, it should be pretty simple now that I think about it, because we just need to cap it. Because right here, we take the boost percentage, we add the boost amount, and then we reset the boost percentage. But we need to cap that value and clamp it so that it doesn't go beyond 100. So it should never go beyond that. cool. So it should fill up to 100, but it shouldn't go beyond 100. Boom. Easy fix. Okay. Yes, next test. We gotta check to see if backwards speed accomplishes the same results. Look at that. Created an orb, all right. Can't pick it up. Why can't I pick it up? So theoretically, if the car speed is negative, it should drop a boost that would be right. That's something I think is very fair for the boost. No matter how you look at it, if you're going backwards, you should not be able to boost backwards. That is a foolish endeavor. Okay, my boost is empty. I was going forwards at the time. So now, let's hit one of these rods and see what happens. Come on. So hard to hit things backwards. Ooh, yeah, okay. So that's a pretty sizable orb. Is it still going to be positive? 40%. It's about right. That's what it should be. Lovely. Okay. That's what I was hoping for. Because I think car speed is always determined to be a positive value, if I recall correctly. Let's confirm that. That is under set forward speed. Yeah. Oh, cool. We hit open. So car speed, it is not made positive, so it can be negative, but the forward speed is always positive. Okay. Sorry, just really need to go to the bathroom. So yeah, let's say we have a negative car speed and we make a collision. We calculate based on car speed. Maybe we don't. No, we do. I'm not a fool. Previous car speed versus car speed. Oh, yes. So here's an interesting caveat. If I'm going backwards and I hit a surface and then I go forward, the negative minus the negative will create a positive. So that will take care of itself. But what happens if I, say, go forwards and I end up going backwards after the fact? Is my car speed still moving at a significant enough rate? I don't know how that could happen. But what if it did? In the instance where the car's speed is greater than the previous car speed, the speed loss will be at a negative, which will then be divided, then divided again, and then it's rounded. Then it's multiplied, and both times it's clamped. So I could never get a negative boost That's good to know because of the clamps. However, looking at it, that instance would create just a 0. What if you were going backwards, hit a surface, and then suddenly we're like turned around and suddenly we're going super fast? Is that even possible? Is that possible? To hit something. Yeah, take the absolute value. That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking, is there a scenario in which that could reasonably happen? Because I can't think of one. Like, you're going backwards, you hit like a pole, and you spin and you go forward, but that would all have to happen within a single tick, which there's no way that would happen in a tick. Spring mechanics. Oh, hold on. So, you're going, you hit a spring mechanic then says, shoot out car in that direction. What happens? If it all happens in the same tick, the car has this much speed, and then it sprung out and gains more speed than it had previously. Technically, if you were hitting a spring forward, it logically would be springing you backwards. But if you had like a boost pad, if you hit a boost pad and the collision supposedly happened, that could make you go faster. If that was a quote-unquote collision, that could make you go faster than your previous speed. But obviously we would like cancel out that sort of hit anyway, because you wouldn't want a boost pad or a spring pad to trigger as a collision. I'm just wondering, do I need to make an absolute value here? Because if I do that, then it makes it harder for the backward speed to calculate itself normally, I think. So let me think. So I'm going backwards, and then I say, boom, hit the wall. And then you set the previous car speed to whatever the car speed is. Let's say it's an absolute value. Then you are moving forward, and you set the car speed to absolute value again. Subtract from each other. So yeah, I guess if you do the same thing to both sides, they just cancel each other out and everything's okay. My brain is currently only half on since I've been playing Vampire Survivors ripoff. That's fair. That's totally fair. Oh, I beat that, by the way. Vampire Survivors. That's a really fun game. I was addicted to that for a little while. So the worst thing that would happen if those two very specific scenarios occurred is that no orb would spawn. So there's no way this could be exploited. So I think we're good. I don't think I need to add any more code to make that work. All right. Strangely enough, that is a wrap for most of the boost mechanics. Damn, I'm so proud of that. That worked out so well. Now the only thing we need to really add to this is we need to correct the position of the blueprint. We need to... Oh yeah, really quick. Let's try that. Let me have it simulate gravity. Because I want it to fall to the ground. I'll also want it to have kind of like a magnetism towards the car, so when you're near it, it just kind of picks it up for you. That should be something we do next time. The size of the sphere came out really nice, I think. The biggest one is about the width of the car. The smaller ones are about not even the size of a hubcap. So that came out really nicely. I mean, 5 increments might even be too much, but we have a system in place that we could just change that anytime we want, so. What was I doing? Right, I was going to give it gravity. Can I do that from the root component? Yes, I can. Oh no, from the... Oh, I can't. It has to be the... So... It's enabling gravity, but it's not falling. And I guess I would want it to hover above the ground a little bit. And that's aesthetics, right? Just making it float back and forth. Because right now it's spawning too high above the ground. And I know why it's doing that. Let's alter the transformation so that it's lower by a good 100 bits. Units. Much better. Okay, now let's do the big one just to confirm. Boy. Come on, meow. Ooh, oh man. See, that's the big difference, because at the bigger scale, it just ends up so much higher than the other ones. I guess I'd have to edit the transform based on the factor as well. Oh, that'd be such a pain. We need to randomize that anyway, so we'll come back to that. So we need a magnetism. We need it to be thrown from the car when it spawns. We need to make it so that it can't be picked up by the car that spawned it. Just in case, you know, it gets thrown forward. Or it's thrown nearby. So that they can't pick up their own orb. Well, could they pick up their own orb? I mean, if they drove back to get it, sure, why not? But it can't be like... It has to be unpick-upable for for the moment it's emitted. Okay, that's the second thing. Third thing is the what's the third thing? Actually, I think that's it. I don't think we have any other factors we need to build in here. There's actually 2 things which I will give to the ripoff. It clearly did have some effort put into it. I like the art style more. And it does have a few new ideas that aren't Vampire Survivors. Yeah, that is one critique I have of Vampire Survivors. Was that despite the fact it had the perfect theme, the artwork was painfully simple. And I could have used a bit of I don't know, just better sprites. It seemed very much like it was just a factor below really great artwork. Because it felt like it was really low pixel count for those sprites. Which they did a great job with. But it felt like if they had gone one layer higher, maybe they would have looked a lot better. But I'm not an artist, so what the hell do I know? And the Castlevania style worked out pretty well. So they never had a problem with theme. Okay, well, with that in mind, I don't have anything else to do today. We are out of time. Oh, I will call this a successful day. Oh my god, we made so much progress today. Oh, I'm so happy with how that all just came together. We've been having a habit of leaving with caveats before we leave. But not today. Today we got everything done. Everything's working. And I'm super psyched. I'll also learn how to do like UI stuff for next week. Because I think it's time to start working on that. You know, like pick settings, pick the levels you want to go to, you know, and all that good stuff. We didn't get to the jumps today, but I figured as much. I just really need to make the jumps higher without being insane. Ah, thank you. Clearly had a very particular aesthetic they were going for. Band did pixelated in time to be Castlevania aesthetic, but I just don't like it. Yeah, I agree. It's an 8 at best. Vampire Survivors. Which is a shame because they had so many different sprites. Alright, I will stop there for today. We will be working on Racer Royale more next week. But for tomorrow, we will be jumping back into Pokemon Emerald and hopefully taking on our second gym. And if not, we'll just spend the whole day fishing. Either or. Thank you guys for hopping along. Thank you for lurking, giving advice. I always appreciate it. And I basically spent the whole session on your idea soup. So that was a lot of fun. God, I forget how much fun this is for me. When things work out and it just comes together, best feeling ever. Okay. And yeah, Blizzard came in just in time. Thank you much for that. I will see you guys tomorrow. If you want to talk more in the Discord, by all means. But for tonight, I will call it a night. So thank you all for hanging out, for listening to my ranting. And as always, enjoy yourselves.